Imagine how cool it would have been if Elon Musk, Bill Gates, or any other multi-billionaire started recording their journey at 18 years old. That's what I want to do to reach and serve as many people as I possibly can. I'll share the lessons, skills, and knowledge I've learned on my journey, document new discoveries, tools, and technology, record my personal failures and victories, along the way to building my legacy. In Season 1, I'll document my entrepreneurial journey to earning my first 100K as a full-time college student. Stay tuned. This is Legacy Voyage. Today was pretty cool. I got a lot of huge insights that I think will be super important for me in the future, and I think it would be cool for other people too to learn from these things. First off, let me start with updates about school. I actually had a pretty huge insight or epiphany, was that I was planning on taking CS classes, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, all these and marketing classes. But then I realized I really don't need to take these classes because I can learn all this stuff elsewhere. Like I can go online and just learn these things. Not even that, I could also learn them through actual experience, which is so much more impactful and applicable to real life and actually doing these things in the future. Uh, like through internships that I've been able to find through LinkedIn and connections through free or cheap courses online. Alex Hormozi has a free course. Russel Brunson has a really cheap course on marketing, which is like I'm going through right now, and it's amazing. The things that he's teaching in there and putting in there is it's actually super valuable. I think he even said like opening up his course was that if he had a marketing university type thing, it would be the it would be that course, and it was only like $100 maybe, not even $100. And I'm about to really invest in immerse myself in marketing and really understanding ClickFunnels to the point where I can apply it to a whole bunch of different businesses, and that's what I'm really hoping to do with not only my internship with Coach V or my marketing position with Coach V, but also my internship with True Wealth Capital. I think that'll be super awesome. And then not only that, Coursera, it's a online platform for a whole bunch of courses on there, like college level courses by Stanford, Northwestern has some, Michigan, University of Michigan, all these top level universities have these free courses online that you can go through, and I think you can get a certification from them for like super cheap, which is super awesome. And the courses on there are straight up machine learning, AI, data science. They even have a course on sales, which I'm planning to dive into that soon. I think I'm not sure how that will be. I think it may be more beneficial or impactful to do an actual sales job. Well, we'll see how that goes. In terms of the meetings I had today, there were three meetings. One of them was with Island City Media Group, which is the media company for Asian Pacific Islanders. It's a super awesome mission. It's ran by Coach V is the president, and it was founded by Q. Super cool guy. I met him yesterday. He's really awesome, and he's been giving me advice on the podcast how to make it better. I think it's really cool. But in the meeting, I was able to meet this guy called Eddy Pham, who is I think he's like the advisor or something like that, but he's advising business decisions. Eddy Pham is a super successful entrepreneur. Yeah, man, like he was just talking about one of the projects he's working on, and this guy is a visionary. That's how he describes himself, and that's how I see myself too. Like we're visionaries. I think, man, actually, that word visionary. That's a pretty good word. I might start using Visionary. Besides that, I also met DJ Green is his name. He was DJ Green is the chief marketing officer for Island City. And then also on the call were some sales people, which I hope to connect with them through LinkedIn. And just get to know them, what they're doing, how they're how they're going about life, those networking calls, which will be super cool. And then right after that call, I hopped on a call with Coach V. Man, it was really cool talking to him because the night before I found this opportunity. It was it was for Facebook groups, like running Facebook groups and then generating leads through those Facebook groups for high ticket offers. The high ticket offers that Coach V runs, and I was talking to Coach V, maybe we should look into this. It's at least worth scheduling a meeting. I was talking to Coach V, and this is what he said: slow down. And I was like, man, that's so true. Because Alex Hormozi says it so much how we can often get so lost in all the opportunities that come our way. And it's true, every opportunity would be fine. But if you do all of it at once, you really get lost. But when you focus in and hone in on one, then you could really explode that into a really successful outcome. And that's what I took away from that, man. I just thought that was amazing advice because there's so many things that I could be going into and exploring and learning more about, but I really have to slow down and focus, really focus in on what I should be doing now. And I'll talk more about that later on. But that was a great lesson from Coach V. And then later I had a meeting with True Wealth Capital. That was man, this was a amazing meeting. True Wealth Capital private equity firm ran by Mo. And this guy Mo was just dropping bombs of knowledge. I mean, this guy was going in. I think after he told me all this stuff, he was like, okay, is that good enough, Dean? Is that good enough for you to go out and kill it? I was like, bro, that is more than enough. But let me try to talk through this. First of all, in the meeting, he just went through. He's really been a mentor figure where he was just talking me through different acquisitions that True Wealth Capital has had, the businesses he's going into. He's doing Ecom right now. He's working with a fitness and health coach, and then he's also getting into the hospice business, which is really interesting. And I've gotta learn more about this stuff. But I think just being able to surround myself with a guy like him is gonna just put myself way ahead of where I could have been. And I think it's awesome. Um, Key point number one, I'm gonna go through 5 key points and try to hit them all, give them the value that they deserve because this man, these are the knowledge bombs he was dropping on me. Okay, key point number one, chase after experts. Let me say that again. Chase after experts. And what does this really mean? Well, for me, and what he was telling me, it was that you should really be networking with people who are light years ahead of you. And that's what I'm super happy that I was able to do this because the fact that I was able to connect with him and now I'm able to learn everything that he's doing, really be on the inside of this business thing is amazing. And he's able to teach me everything that he knows because now I think he told me this. He started at like 26 or something, and I'm 18 right now. And this guy was telling me he was like, bro, you got so much time. You are light years ahead of where I was. And then not only that, but I have him to guide me through everything. Whereas when he was doing this stuff, he didn't have Mo. and Coach V didn't have Coach V. And just surrounding myself with these type of successful people who really have high hopes and aspirations and dreams for where they want to be and how they're going to get there and how they're going to be successful. I think it's super valuable, and I'm really happy I was able to make these connections and reach out to these people and really set myself up for an amazing path in the future. Moving on to key point number 2, he said this: delivers so much value to the point where the person you're working for cannot operate without you. And the main thing with this is that I want to over deliver my role in this company. I want to bring my marketing knowledge, which I'm just going to learn everything I can about, and bring that knowledge to him and really, really explode the business to the point where he can't replace me. I'm irreplaceable, and the company wouldn't work without me in it. And that's what I want to do, and because it'll be so helpful for me to be around guys like him and other guys who started companies. And I think another reason why I said this was because I was able to connect him and Ian Folau, who's another super successful guy. Started a whole bunch of companies, exited, talked about him in past episodes, but he's a really cool guy, and I was able to connect them. And through that, it was a very good connection for him to see another side of the coin, because Ian graduated from Cornell's business school, and Mo doesn't really have that type of formal education and background. So I think Ian's knowledge, skill sets, and expertise coming from that formal background might bring a new perspective to Mo and his businesses. And key point number 3, it kind of goes hand in hand with chase after experts, but applying it to business, it's emulate established businesses. Emulate the successful businesses. Go out before you start a business and start an idea. Go out and look for who's already doing it, who's doing it well, and then study everything you can about them. How are they doing it? How are they doing it wrong? How can they improve? Where are they doing really well? Look at all these things and then use that information, that knowledge, and then apply it to the business that you're trying to create, the ideas that you're trying to pursue. Key point number 4, don't do little kid things. You said it straight up. I'm still trying to figure out what this means completely. But you told me, just like, Dean, man, you cannot be doing no little kid things. And I was like, whoa, what? And from what I understand, I still gotta spend more time to understand what this really means. But as of right now, I think it means don't waste your time doing small activities that won't really get you closer to your goals. And a part of this is like, don't be scrolling through TikTok, wasting your time. Don't be all over social media and just consuming all this content without putting in any action, without actually doing stuff. Don't be doing little kid things. Well, last point from the conversation, he said, give, get. And what I think this means is that if you just give without any expectation in return, if you just give content, you just give your work, you just give your time, give your services, then eventually it gets to the point, well, people will beg to give you something that you will just get in return. and he mentioned the name. I believe it was Jay Reed was the name he mentioned. I got to reach out to this guy. I was trying to search him online, but I couldn't really find anything. But I'll definitely connect with him in the future, just because he seems like such a big figure. And and that's something that Mo was saying, was that Jay Reed does super well as he gives, and he just gets. Because from what he was saying, Jay was able to connect with really successful guys from the Provo area in Salt Lake. That was Those are some knowledge bombs. I hope y'all were able to take that in. Take that in for a second. Five big tips. Now on to my plans. Because during the meeting, I ran my idea about Pacific Voyagers through him. He was telling me all this advice. And I think all the meetings I had today and all the advice I had today, it's really taking me back and really helped me understand how I should pursue Pacific Voyagers, how I should really establish it. And it's come down to this where I really have to slow down. And I think I'm gonna hold off launching it until I get out of school, which is probably gonna be like in June-ish. So a couple months in the summer, I'll really go in on it, and really, in the meantime, I'll start figuring out what I want it to be, exactly the wording, the messages, the marketing behind it, and then also build like a squeeze page, website, so super simple landing page, and start building an email list through that. And one of the plans I have for it is, I was originally gonna focus just on the Pacific Islander community, and then have it be all types of backgrounds and industries and careers. But I think I'm just gonna really hone in on entrepreneurs, and then eventually maybe expand that to the Asian community, because Coach V was telling me about this. The Asian community is so successful, and there's so many of them, that that's how this can really explode. If I'm able to get it to where I know it can be, and that's my goal. Another conversation I had with Mo, he was telling me this, is that right now I really don't have a hobby time where I can be doing this on the side. I'm doing this podcast right now, which is something that I just think it's super important for me to document my journey, really get in the habit of putting everything together, and really aligning myself with my goals and my plans for the future. And then also having this as an outlet for other people to see me coming up from 18 years old, starting off here with literally broke college student, and then eventually be a multi-millionaire. Well, we'll see how far I can take this. But he was asking me what my goals are behind Pacific Voyagers and the idea of it. And I think there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, to serve the community. I think that's the first and foremost. It's a part of my mission statement, and my mission in life is to really help out the community and grow it, and really see other members, other Polynesians, Tongans, Pacific Islanders become successful. I think that would be so cool if I can help other people do that. Reason number two of why I want to start the podcast is that, and start the community, is that I want to make those crazy, impactful, valuable connections, because that would be super cool and super important for how I grow. Because it's early on in my career. I'm only 18, and the fact that I was able to connect with Mo and Ian and and a whole bunch of other entrepreneurs. It's just put me in a trajectory that's just it's it's really set me up for success. And I think that'll be super helpful down the road, which is why I want to make these connections now through the podcast, is that would be, I'll just take it to the next level. And then eventually I'll start, reason number 3 is that I want to eventually start monetizing it and uh, getting some type of income from that. But I think the best way to go about this is to wait until the summer. Until then, is to really start finalizing my plans and what my goals are with the group. Because uh, talking with Mo, he was saying that really no other is there hasn't been any other really successful idea like this, which is why I should pivot to a more mastermind focused group where it's about the mastermind and the community and network that people can have. And eventually I want to be able to consult in their marketing for this. So if I'm able to study marketing and become the marketing expert in the Pacific Islander community, if I'm able to do that, then that would just be amazing. And I would also be able to deliver so much value to the mastermind, giving them my expertise and skills in marketing. Because there are so many companies, man, there's so many Pacific Islander communities, businesses that are lacking marketing. And I know for a fact that if I'm able to soak in all of Russel Brunson's content and apply it to their businesses, they would absolutely explode. And that's why I really want to, from now on, I really want to dive into Russell Brunson's content and see how much I can learn and really take it to the next level. And I was thinking that there may be a possibility of having Mo consult for the mastermind, or Ian. I'm not sure how that would go, being that I'm not sure how much I could charge. We'll see how that goes. In terms of my plans, as of right now, honestly, today has been super amazing. The advice that I've gotten today was awesome, and it's really put into perspective what I should focus on and what I should, well, realign my focus on. Because lately, I definitely been all over the place. Really, my attention has been doing this project and doing this project and doing another project. Where now that I've dropped the math and I have so much more extra time on my hands, I'm gonna dive deep into this marketing stuff. And a part of that is I'm really gonna focus in on ClickFunnels specifically. I'm gonna I'm gonna apply ClickFunnels to Coach V, then apply ClickFunnels to Mana Ecom, and I'm really gonna invest in this. And I know for a fact it'll pay off in the future. I know for sure it will. And I can't wait for that. But yeah, those are my plans. Today has been super amazing. Really valuable meetings, big lessons I learned. I hope I can keep you all updated. I'll definitely keep you updated with how the courses go as I learn more about marketing. I've already learned so much, but I'm working through Expert Secrets, which is one of Russell Brunson's courses and books. I'm also gonna look into more of Dan Kennedy's courses, his frameworks and insights. But till then, I'll talk to you.